Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's REOX webinar series. Oh, it's doing alerts at the bottom. Elsie.
Okay.
Got it. Perfect. So I'm Sheila Raper. I'll be your moderator today, and we are so thrilled to have you for another insightful session designed to help agents and brokers sharpen their REO expertise and strengthen their business relationships. And today, our conversation features Elsie Gomez, asset manager with PEMCO. Elsie brings over 21 years of experience in the real estate industry, spanning both sides of the REO process. She began her career working directly with REO Properties, later spent 3 years as an acquisitions manager, and has served as an asset manager for the past 2. Her hands-on background gives her a unique, well-rounded perspective on everything from managing assets to supporting agents and investors in today's evolving market. So just a quick reminder before we dive in, we'll reserve time for the Q&A at the end of the discussion. So please drop your questions in the chat throughout the presentation. And with that, let's get started. Elsie, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sheila, for that nice intro. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time today to just listen to a couple of few key things that I would like to talk about in regards to REO opportunities and how to build strong relationships with asset managers and ways to optimize any property marketing to reduce turnaround times and finally leverage yourselves with PEMCO and have long-term success. Uh, my goal is that by the end of the session, you'll walk away with actionable strategies that may help you strengthen your partnerships and close more REO deals efficiently, as well as just trying to network with as many people as you can, and try to get more business out of this. Because I think everybody here that's what everybody's looking for is more business. So with that being said, let's start here. How to make shifts, create openings. First, recognizing an evolving REO landscape and how to adapt early, market fluctuations, create openings for strategic agents, stay informed on foreclosure cycles and emerging investor trends. Well, we all know that the market is shifting again. Interest rates and and consumer behaviors are constantly changing. But here's the things: when market shifts, opportunities open up. REO cycles always return and be early and not reactive. Institutional investors are repositioning themselves and to align themselves and be ready. And new agents often back away when the market gets hard. Seasoned pros, they always lean in. When everyone else is waiting for stability, that's your moment to act. Agents who adapt early become the go-to. Professional asset managers rely on them. And for us, for example, we have a database that we rely on, and we also do referrals. So we talk to other asset companies who then refer us agents as well. And anybody that we meet during our conferences or that stand out to us, those are the agents that we tend to rely on, or the ones that go out of their way, for example, doing videos for us, and giving us the insight and giving us more meat on the bone, like I always say. Those are the agents that we really tend to rely on and go and use for any of our assets. Identifying and securing REO opportunities. The agents who secure REO work consistently, and they aren't lucky. They're very strategic. They're always ready for the next assignment. Leverage your REO platforms and servicer connections. Keep your profile and performance metric current. Build direct connections and with asset managers, not just banks. Anticipate what's coming. Track notice of defaults, local foreclosure trends. Preparation attracts opportunity. When your systems are ready before the phone rings, you're already ahead of 90% of the agents out there. I typically, when I'm looking for an agent, if you don't answer the phone, I go to the next agent because sometimes we really need somebody there at that moment. And I can't tell you how many times in the last month that's happened where the agents aren't responsive. not even via text. I send them a courtesy text letting them know I'm giving an asset away. I don't get a response. So I just move on to the next agent. I've had some agents that I also go off of Zillow when I can't find somebody in that area. And luckily, there have been some very honest agents who do say, you know, unfortunately, I don't service REO, but I know somebody who might. I always keep that agent in the back of my mind, that maybe one day we'll be able to use them as well. So it's always good to answer your phone or at least send us a courtesy text saying, I'm sorry, we're busy, but we're not going to be able to take on your asset. Um, uh, Building strong relationships with asset managers. Let's talk about the relationships because in REO, your relationships are your reputation. Communication is everything. Reply fast, be solution oriented. If you make an asset manager's job easier, we're always going to remember you. Always provide updates before they ask, avoid excuses, bring solutions. In my role with PEMCO, I can tell you firsthand, we value our agents who are proactive, detailed, very positive, and under pressure. Be the agent who makes the asset manager's job easier. I just recently had an agent who we're in pre-marketing, went out, did the video, um, got everything we needed as far it was located in a community, so they got us the HOA information right away. I've had other agents who wait until we get it listed to get all that information for us. With this, we were able to find, you know, if there was any type of violations or anything we needed to pay with the HOA, we were ahead of the game before we even listed, which is a huge plus for us. Um, they were able to find out more information on the property prior to us going in uh, to listing, which helps us more and understand, you know, what's going on with this property. They ended up getting our uh, bid estimated before we even asked. We were able to find out, you know, unfortunately, this particular property had foundation issues, but we were lucky enough to find out ahead of time versus us going in once the property is listed and then going into contract, finding out that there was an issue like that. So always be proactive when you receive an assignment. Faster closings. No one closes REO deals alone. The best results come from teamwork, agents, vendors, and title. We all work together towards the same goal. Proactive communication reduces delays, it shares updates. Don't wait for others to ask. Build relationships with reliable vendors, and transparency builds trust. When everyone feels informed and aligned, it shortens their turnaround time and makes you the kind of agent that people want to work with again. And it's so important to just call us. And even if we don't answer, email us. I actually look at all my text messages too. I get a lot of text messages from a lot of agents, and I'm very open to that. I receive a lot, but and it takes me a while, but I do look at them, and I prefer to know something ahead of time before, um, you know, we're unable to close a deal, and it's so I can't stress enough how important it is for all of us to work together as a team to make sure that these closings do close fast. Optimizing property marketing. Marketing is where you stand out, not just as an agent, but as a professional brand. Use professional photographs and accurate pricing. Um, this is another one that recently we listed this property. It's been on the market for pretty much half a year already. I took a look at the listing and we only have one photo on this particular property. There's no interior photos. It doesn't say much about the property. And then the photo, unfortunately, was kind of sideways. So it wasn't really a great marketing tool that they used. I mean, they really didn't do too much to it. And that's probably another reason why we've had it on the market for so long, besides the pricing. Um, be proactive when it comes to communicating, which it reduces delays. Share with us. I know sometimes, being an agent, because I am a licensed agent. I've done the same where I always believe that the pricing may be a little bit higher than what we should list. Um, but we understand that we do take it into consideration, but we just do give it a try. And after so long, we do decide to do a price reduction. We need you to be very thorough as to why it needs to be reduced by a certain time. And I always like to tell people, like, hey, if you think within 21 days you can't sell this property at this price, this is the price it should be, and this is the reason why. And just give me a laundry list of the reasons, and we'll just check them off from there. And that's one of the best things that we can do, instead of just saying, just reduce the price to this after 35 days or 10 days. It's just better just to communicate it, a lot cleaner, I think. Build relationships with the vendors, be transparent, and really it's more about trying to find the best vendors out there to try to help you out and get the property cleaned up, whether it's a sales clean or a trash out. I've had some where we've approved for a trash out, and then we go in and take a look at the property, and it's half of the stuff it's outside. They never picked it up. They're having issues with vendors. We've been having a lot of issues with those lately. Um, so it's always good to build good trust and know who's out there helping you guys out, because that actually is a reflection on you guys as well, unfortunately. Um, when everyone feels informed about being aligned, it shortens around the turnaround times and makes you the kind of agent that people want to work with again. So I understand, and most of us understand that it's not the agent's fault. We do take that into consideration, that you guys do hire other people to help you out. But just let us know and just say, hey, you know what? Unfortunately, this didn't happen correctly, or this isn't the way it was supposed to be, or they didn't do the greatest job, but can we work with this other vendor? And yeah, it's going to cost us a little bit more, but I'd prefer if we do it this way. That just shows us that you guys are um, very attentive, and know that presentation means well in order to get rid of some of these properties. And I understand some of these properties may need a lot more work than normal. So that too, you guys can just be very thorough with everything and just let us know, hey, you know what? You're not going to get your money back if you do the following. These are the reasons why, especially right now when it's our downtime, we're coming into the holidays. It's just going to take a lot longer for some of these properties to fly off the market like we would like. But I think communication is everything with any of these. Reducing turnaround time. Um, Turnaround time is one of the biggest metrics that we track as asset managers. It's also one of the fastest ways to get repeat assignments. Have your vendors ready before assignments. Use checklists, systems. Consistency is the key. Pre-schedule inspections, cleaning, and keep an open communication with us. When you deliver fast, clean results, you're not just closing deals, but you're building a track record with us. And and that's always key for us, is we take a look to see, who's on top of things. I just recently assigned another property to another agent, and he has been amazing. He's always texting me, he's always calling me, and I feel bad because sometimes I don't respond quick enough to him, but he understands. Sometimes, it just takes me a while, but he'll send me photos through via text. He'll just say, "Hey, I found this. I don't think this shouldn't be like this. We should take care of it this way." I mean, sometimes we don't take care of a lot of the issues that you guys may suggest, but he's just like on top of everything, and that actually helps us a lot too as well. Leveraging PEMCO's trusted network. PEMCO is just we're a management company. It's a network that we dedicate ourselves to professionals focused on performance, integrity, and results. With us, we currently have a couple of properties in very rural areas, and one of the things with us is that we've been trying to locate a lot more agents. I will be putting my email at the end of excuse me, at the end of the chat. And that way you guys can let me know what areas you guys cover. Um, I'm open to talking to a lot of people. It may take me a little bit to respond, but I am open to talk to any of you guys. I just need more agents, more trusted agents in our network. And I know through REOX we can have we can get that. So it's really important that you guys do everything on time, and have some patience with us. We also communicate with other asset companies who all are always looking for other agents, and we refer our agents out as well. We recently had an asset company just requesting for our list, so I was able to share that, and some of them were asked, actually contacted me directly, asking me what type of agents, if I've worked with them before. And being an agent myself, I've had the pleasure of talking and meeting a lot of agents, and I've known for such a long time, so I've been able to refer them directly as well. So I think building a long-term success with us will help you in your work with future assignments with any other companies as well. That's really all I have for you guys today. I know Lewis is going to be at the REO Expo this in the next couple of weeks. Is that right, Sheila? I'm not sure the dates.
Sorry, I had myself muted because I'm coughing. Yeah, just like less than a couple of weeks, the 16th through 18th. It's coming up very, very
Yeah.
quickly.
He has more insight of what's going to be happening. So I didn't want to give out too much because I know he's going to be speaking. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys.
Okay. Who has questions for Elsie? Okay, but I do want to start off with Jeff Russell. He did say, Elsie, that he does have an airplane that will get him to any rural area in California if you need him.
Hi, Jeff.
Stephen Pagano says thank you. All right. Any other questions, guys? Oh, we got another thank you. Apparently you covered things pretty well, Elsie, because we're getting a lot of thanks and no actual and no questions. So I think you were pretty thorough. We've got several more. Oh, so several more thank yous. A great job, Elsie. And then from Barbara, Elsie, thank you for being here today. PEMCO is a great company, and I know we are all thrilled to have been a part of your presentation.
Thank you.
Jim Brooks said, where can we find the email address that you spoke of?
Oh, let me send it right now.
And thanks, Jim. Glad to see you on here today. Thanks, Cisco.
Let me put it in the chat right now.
And I can also send it out when I send out the webinar summary. I can also send out Elsie's email with that as well.
Can you add that on there? That's fine. If you can add my email on there, that's fine.
Absolutely. So everyone be looking for that email with the recording, and I'll put Elsie's information on there. So I'm answering all of the. So Anna said, what would be the best way to reach out and have exposure? Would you still say that would be your email?
My email, yeah, my email is the best way to get a hold of me.
Okay. Sharon Bartlett, Elsie, as agents, what can we do to make your job easier?
I think it's more communication is like the main thing for us. I recently we've had a lot of issues as far as pricing and where it should be. For some reason, and I don't know why, but we've just had like a lot of the agents who have given us a certain price at one point, and then like once we get it on the market, it's a $50,000 price reduction. I've never seen that before. But had they communicated to us what was going on or why, some of them just aren't responsive. They just don't communicate. I think communication is just really big. Like that's a big thing for us is let us know what you guys think because you guys are the ones that are out there on the ground looking at the properties and that's your market and you guys would know what price, the properties should be. And let us know why, from one day to the next it's a $50,000 price reduction. I mean, it's huge and it's just been happening lately for some reason.
I have a couple, Laura Dietz, one of our advisory council members, and Chris Salmon. How do we sign up with PEMCO?
If you could just email me your information and your coverage area, and I can always put that on an Excel sheet that goes into one of our platforms, and that's how we put you on our list of
Perfect.
agents.
From Rodney, do you handle anything in Georgia or Alabama?
Georgia, yes.
Okay. I got an Elsie, you're awesome from Steven Simmons.
Oh, thank you.
And then let's see. Oh, how do we get on, which is a similar question, I guess, in the email, but how do we get on your preferred list?
Yeah, just with my email. Just as long as you send over your coverage area and be very detailed, because I sometimes I'm not quite familiar with especially the rural area. Um, if you can just put as much detail as you can, and I'll make sure that you guys get on.
Perfect. And then hi, Lois. It's good to see you again too. Um, do you handle anything in Texas?
We have a lot in Texas right now. Yeah.
Texas in all caps, by the way. And then what are and you kind of went over these in the presentation, but what are your marketing requirements?
For us, it's more photos. We like a lot of photos to be very detailed. A good sales clean, even though the property may need some work, sometimes that actually kind of helps out having a good sales clean on that property. Right now, our biggest thing in certain parts of the areas is the vegetation because it's just a lot of them aren't getting taken care of, or they tell us they are and they're not. That's a huge thing for us because a lot of people we want people to go up to a house and even though it may need work, it looks good, with it being cleaned up at least a little bit. So ours is more presentation and photos.
Okay. And then we had two hit at exactly the same time for New Jersey. Do you service New Jersey?
We do service New Jersey. We actually were busy during the beginning of the year in that area.
Oh, so
So
Charles and
yeah, if
Jenny
you guys
email.
can send us. Like I said, if you guys can send us your contact information, your specific area that you cover, how far you can cover, and I'll make sure that you guys get put on there, on our
Okay,
list.
so we're getting hits for more areas, so I'll just list them to you. So Florida and Illinois,
Yes, yes.
North and South Carolina.
South Carolina, yes, Silver.
Um, do the agents handle the lawn maintenance, or do you use field services?
No, we always have you guys choose your vendors. That's why I say it's important who you have out there. Um, because well, I don't like to use a lot of the servicing companies that vendors. I always like for the agents to choose their vendors. They know who's good and who'll do the job.
Absolutely, makes sense. Central Florida,
Yes,
Idaho, or Oregon?
Oregon.
Okay. And two questions again at the same time. What platform does PIMCO use?
We use ResNet.
ResNet. Okay. Um,
But we are also using just emails. There are some that aren't going through ResNet, so depending on the type of property, we don't use ResNet. So I always tend to send out like a blank fillable BPO, and I get it done that way. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
Mhm.
a couple of more places, and then let's see. So we have Maryland,
Maryland, yes.
Michigan.
Michigan, yes. New Mexico, I'm actually looking for somebody in New Mexico. I can't recall the actual area right now or what part of New Mexico. But if anybody's from New Mexico,
Okay. What about Oklahoma, my home
uh,
state?
Oklahoma, yes, we cover Oklahoma as well.
Washington State.
Not right now. We have an upcoming auction in December, so we are going to be taking or we're going to be asking a lot of our agents in our network if they're open to do BPOs for us for evaluation for the upcoming auctions. So anything we get in those areas, they do go back to the agents.
Okay. I have three more areas, and then I have a couple of further questions from that. So we have Maryland and District of Columbia,
Maryland, yes.
Puerto Rico,
Not yet, no.
and I feel like we already covered this one, South Carolina,
South Carolina, yes.
and Arizona.
Arizona, no.
Okay.
Not anything yet.
Okay. So I have been a PEMCO broker for years in Georgia. Do I need to sign up again?
No, but just send me an email.
And I'm assuming for the second question, same answer. If we were previously registered, how can we reactivate our registration?
Just via email.
And then speaking of that, this is actually a great question. Because you do predominantly use email, is there anything special that they should put on the subject line to catch your attention more? Because I am sure you're flooded with emails. So that's a great question.
You can just put on there like new agent boarding or boarding. Every time I see boarding, I already know what they're trying to do achieve. So um, that'll
Okay.
be fine. Yeah.
All right. Good question, Francis. And then from, looks like this is our last question from Deborah. Are all the property preservation tasks done by the agents?
Yes. Every single one is done by the agent.
Perfect.
Unless we have a particular property that may need a lot more than that, then we will contact somebody. But other than that, it's all the agents who'll take care of it.
Okay. Oh, and we have one more. Anna slid this one in. Do you have a certain minimum experience when choosing an agent?
Um, no, like I said, I've had a lot of agents who've been seasoned for a while, um, and for some reason I haven't been getting the best results. So I always tend to give others opportunity, new agents, the opportunity if they want to do REO. I also have been able to help them out, hold their hand and guide them through it. Because like I said, sometimes we have a hard time locating agents in certain areas. So I'm willing to even help them out just to try to get them to sell us the property.
And Monica has a question. Is there a particular email to ask for reinstatement? I would assume they just sort of need to put that in the subject line that they send you.
Yeah, you can just
Okay.
put reinstatement on there.
Okay. Tony, her email address will be on the webinar summary that we send out. And last one, Elsie, are you on LinkedIn?
I am. I just told Sheila I haven't updated my LinkedIn though. So it has like old stuff on it. But yes, I am. It's under Elsie Gomez.
Perfect. Okay. Well, so Elsie, thank you. I love this vibe that you have. You're just so outgoing and friendly, and what a nice discussion and incredibly informative webinar that you gave us today. But we are so incredibly grateful for you sharing your time, experience, and perspective. We thank everyone who joined, As always, we're hoping you leave with a few new takeaways and a better understanding of how to position yourself for success in the REO space. If you missed any part of today's discussion, the replay will be available soon, along with upcoming webinar announcements and other educational resources. Of course, be sure to follow REOX on LinkedIn and Facebook for the latest updates. And hopefully we'll be seeing you all in a couple of weeks in the DFW area for our expo. Elsie, thanks again. And we're really appreciative of your experience and time, and can't thank you enough for being here with us.
Thank you for having me, Sheila.
Absolutely. Bye, everybody.
Bye.